The Little Prince is a fairy tale novel by French writer Anthony de Saint-Exupéry, published in 1943. It has been widely circulated around the world and is regarded as a classic of world literature and one of the most famous literary works of the 20th century. The Little Prince is a story of love, friendship, responsibility, growth, loneliness, and the meaning of life, told in simple, heartwarming language. It is not only a work of children's literature, but also a literary masterpiece that makes adults reflect on the meaning of their own lives and spiritual pursuits. The Little Prince is an allegorical novel about growth, humanity, love, and friendship. It features a prince from an asteroid whom a pilot meets after crashing into the Sahara Desert, and shows his view of the world and humanity through the prince's journey. In this novel, the prince reveals his view of the adult world. He sees that adults are only concerned with merit and money, and are indifferent to the things that really matter. This is especially evident on the planet where the young prince comes from, where he is the only person on the planet, and where he cares only about his roses, but not about anything else. This planet symbolizes the loneliness and loss that people may feel in their quest for independence and freedom. In addition, the Little Prince's journey also involves an exploration of friendship and love. His friendship with the fox, his deep love for his rose, and his love for a young girl he meets are all very touching parts of the novel. These elements not only show the growth of the prince, but also reflect the author's understanding of human nature and human relationships. The Little Prince is very much in tune with children's perceptions and needs in terms of language, plot, and theme. The Little Prince is a young boy from another planet who gradually discovers the true meaning of life through travel and communication with other creatures. The scenes, characters, and plot of the story are rich in imagination and fairy tale colors, attracting countless young readers. At the same time, the work also covers many psychological and educational issues for children, such as self-awareness, self-esteem, friendship, responsibility and the pursuit of dreams, making the work educational and enlightening to a certain extent. At the same time, The Little Prince is also a work of adult literature, and the meaning of life and spiritual pursuit it explores are also issues of concern to adults. During his travels, the Little Prince encounters various creatures and characters, and through communication and reflection, he gradually realizes the true meaning of life and his responsibilities. In this process, the Little Prince's growth and self-discovery echoes the life pursuit and spiritual exploration of modern adults. The themes and philosophies covered in the work, such as love, loneliness, responsibility, loyalty, dreams, and faith, have significant meaning and influence on the values of modern society and individuals. In addition, as a literary work, the language and expression of The Little Prince also have unique characteristics. The novel uses simple and clear language to express the depth and multifaceted nature of life. The author uses simple language to outline a distinctive character and plot, displaying a wealth of emotions and thoughts. At the same time, the illustrations and designs in the novel are also very useful elements, such as planets, roses, snakes, and foxes, all of which are symbolic and allegorical, making the work more deep and connotative. In addition, the background of the creation of The Little Prince and the author's experience also add a lot of emotion and historical thickness to the work. Anthony de Saint-Exupéry, a pilot and writer, fought in the Sahara Desert in North Africa during World War II, and this experience has become an important background and plot in the novel. The Little Prince and his planet are also considered to be symbols of Saint-Exupéry's experiences in the Sahara Desert and his reflections on the war. In addition to the basic plot and symbolic meaning mentioned above, there are also some noteworthy details and themes. The first is the young prince's criticism and reflection on adulthood. In the novel, the adults the Little Prince meets are portrayed as very utilitarian, selfish, and narrow-minded characters who care only about their own interests and status, and lack understanding and knowledge of good things and emotional values. This kind of depiction and criticism is a kind of irony and reflection on adult society, but also a kind of praise and affirmation of children's innocence and pure spirit. The second is the Little Prince's exploration of the meaning of human life and spiritual pursuit. In the novel, the Little Prince keeps exploring and searching for the true meaning and value of things like planets, roses, snakes, and foxes, and also explores the meaning of human life and spiritual pursuit through the dialogue with the pilot. He believes that the most important thing for human beings is their inner beauty and sincerity, and that this beauty and sincerity can only be realized and recognized through communication and exchange with others. This exploration and reflection is not only a reflection on the nature of life and human nature, but also a reflection and revelation on contemporary human life and spirituality. In the novel, a deep friendship and relationship is established between the little prince, the pilot, the fox, and other characters, and their communication and interaction are depicted in a very delicate and touching way. The love between the little prince and the rose is also an important theme in the whole story, expressing the author's deep concern and reflection on pure love and the world of human emotions. In addition to the above, there are also some details and themes that we should explore in depth. For example, the Little Prince's critique of human society. The little prince found many flaws and shortcomings in the various human societies he saw from the planets he traveled. For example, he met an alcoholic, who kept drinking in order to forget his shame and guilt, but could not really forget and release. He also met a businessman, who kept counting the stars on his planet, but forgot to appreciate and enjoy the beauty and mystery of the stars. These descriptions are not only a kind of satire and criticism of modern society, but also a kind of revelation and reflection on the inherent defects and spiritual emptiness of human beings. The Little Prince's thoughts on culture, language, and tradition. In the course of his travels, the young prince encounters many different cultures and languages, and in his conversations with the pilot he expresses his doubts and exploration of language and tradition. The young prince believes that while language and tradition are important, what is more important is people's inner feelings and emotional communication. He believes that no matter which planet people are on, they should hold an attitude of mutual respect and understanding to explore and experience the beauty and mystery of this world. The Little Prince's thoughts on life and death. In his conversation with the fox, the little prince expresses his thoughts on life and death. He believes that when we give love and care, we also give meaning and value to the world. He also expresses a kind of calmness and acceptance of death, believing that death is only a kind of transition, and that the real meaning and value of life lies in our love and devotion to the world. The Little Prince has always been regarded as a classic among classics in the literary world, and its charm lies not only in the beauty of the storyline, but also in the profound philosophical thinking contained in it. Here, we can see the author's unique insights on human nature, life, friendship, and love, as well as his thoughts on the relationship between human beings and nature, and between human beings. Among the stories of The Little Prince, the story of the prince and the fox is particularly classic, and the friendship and mutual dependence between the prince and the fox has become one of the most touching parts of the book. The fox once said in the story, "To me, you are just a little boy, like 1,000 little boys. I don't need you. To you, I am just a fox, like 1,000 foxes. But if you tame me, we will need each other. You are the only little boy in the world to me, and I am the only fox in the world to you." This statement speaks the true meaning of friendship and shows us the true feelings between people. In this world, everyone needs friends, someone to rely on, someone to share their joy, anger, and sorrow, and someone to understand and care for them. In this materialistic and utilitarian society, we should be like the fox, looking for our own little prince and building sincere friendships with our hearts. In addition, in the story of The Little Prince, there are also thoughts about love and responsibility. The little prince encounters a rose on his journey, and he falls in love with this flower and decides to take care of it, only to find out that this flower is not the only one. This tells us that in love, we should not blindly cling to each other, but should have independent and rational thinking. In The Little Prince's journey, he also met an alcoholic, a character who represents people who are addicted to material pleasures and desires, forgetting the real important values of life. Another character, the businessman, represents the utilitarian mentality of people and the pursuit of money. In the interaction of these characters, the little prince constantly searches for his own purpose and meaning, and makes the reader think about the true meaning of life. One of the most iconic illustrations in The Little Prince is the dialogue between the little prince and the fox. This dialogue expresses the importance of friendship and genuine emotion, emphasizing the value of human connection and a sense of community. The fox tells the young prince, "Only with the heart can one see the nature of things, and what is real is invisible to the naked eye." This statement means that true friendship and true emotions need to be experienced with the heart. The little prince eventually returns to his planet and expresses his love and feelings to Rose in order to protect the friendship between him and the fox. This ending also expresses the need for people to learn to cherish and protect what is important, both to themselves and to the people around them. In his wanderings, the young prince encounters many strange planets, each of which has a peculiar inhabitant who is characterized by self-imposed isolation, loneliness, and uniqueness. In the process of getting along with these inhabitants, the little prince kept searching for answers in his mind and began to realize why people become lonely and self-absorbed. Finally, the young prince arrives on Earth and meets a fox. The fox teaches the young prince what true friendship is and the important truth that you can only see what is really important if you look with your heart. The story of the little prince is an inspiration for life, especially for modern society. We live in a fast-paced, efficient society and often lose sight of the things that really matter in life. This novel reminds us of the importance of regaining our innocence, keeping things simple, and making real connections with others. These concepts apply not only to individual lives, but also to the workings of organizations and communities. In addition to its profound themes and inspirations, the literary style of The Little Prince is one of the reasons for its wide readership. The clever and humorous style of language and the well-drawn illustrations create a wonderful and dreamlike world for readers. The Little Prince not only speaks of the contradictions and fragility of human nature, but also expresses the author's thoughts on childhood and growing up through his depiction of the Little Prince. The Little Prince symbolizes innocence, goodness, and innocence, and his pure image reminds readers of their own childhood and deeply reflects on the damage to innocence caused by their education and social environment as adults. By interacting with the inhabitants of different planets, the Little Prince learns to care and give, which also embodies Saint-Exupéry's humanist ideology. In addition, the literary style of The Little Prince is also its unique feature. Saint-Exupéry's simple and poetic language, together with simple but profound pictures, gives readers a more intuitive sense of the Little Prince's image and worldview. His writing style is unique, free from the overly complicated and lengthy literary style, and incorporates a lot of philosophical thoughts and life lessons while narrating the story. Overall, The Little Prince is a literary classic with universal value, and its profound themes and unique literary style make it one of the classics for readers of all ages. Through this work, readers can recapture the innocence and simplicity of childhood, reflect on their own upbringing and the influence of their social environment, and feel Saint-Exupéry's thoughts on humanity and humanism. The Little Prince is a literary work full of depth and substance, and it has important values and meanings in both children's literature and adult literature. The meaning of life, the pursuit of spirituality and human nature explored in this work have universal and contemporary significance and can lead readers to think and reflect on their own lives and values. Therefore, whether as a representative work of children's literature or adult literature, The Little Prince is worthy of our careful taste and in-depth exploration. In addition to strong ethical reflections, the book also reveals the deeper meaning of human nature. Readers can feel the difficulties and frustrations encountered by human beings in the pursuit of truth and meaning, and can also see the interrelationship between human beings and the relationship between human beings and nature. The image of The Little Prince also profoundly embodies human loneliness and the desire to seek truth, as well as the need for understanding and compassion. In addition, the book is also a book about growing up, through which the reader can gain insight and inspiration as the Little Prince grows in his continuous exploration and experiences. It is a classic book that is recommended for all readers to read.